Throughout history, black Africans have often been portrayed as a threat. But why? Is it because of our strength? Genetic dominance? Our resilience? Or is there a deeper reason behind the fear that has shaped global history? From the great empires of Africa to the struggles against colonialism, this fear has led to oppression, discrimination, and systemic barriers. But today, we unravel the real reasons behind this narrative, why the world was conditioned to see black Africans as a threat. Stay with us as we dive deep into the truth they don't want you to know. The African gene is the most dominant in the world due to its high genetic diversity, resilience, and adaptability. As the origin of humanity, Africa has the most ancient and unaltered gene pool, giving black Africans a unique genetic advantage when matched with others. When black Africans reproduce with other racial groups, the African gene often dominates in physical traits, skin tone, hair texture, and athletic ability. This is due to the genetic principle of dominance, where stronger, older genetic traits tend to be more expressive. This is why mixed-race individuals with African ancestry often retain distinct black features. Before colonialism, Africa was not a dark continent as some history books claim. It was a land of power, wealth, and influence. The Mali Empire under Mansa Musa was so wealthy that his generosity crashed economies. The Kingdom of Kush rivaled Egypt, and the Benin Kingdom had sophisticated city planning before most European cities did. So, what changed? Why was Africa suddenly seen as primitive and dangerous? One of the biggest threats black Africans posed was their strength, physically, intellectually, and culturally. The Zulu warriors under Shaka Zulu outmaneuvered British forces with superior tactics. The Ashanti Empire resisted colonization fiercely, and the Dahomey Amazons were an all-female military force feared across West Africa. Instead of acknowledging African military brilliance, colonizers painted them as barbaric to justify invasions. The goal? To break their spirit and erase their strategic genius from history. Another reason black Africans were seen as a threat was the fear of unity. Marcus Garvey's movement for a united Africa sent shockwaves through colonial powers. Kwame Nkrumah's vision of a United States of Africa was seen as dangerous. Why? Because a united Africa meant strength, economic power, and independence. So, what happened? Leaders like Patrice Lumumba were assassinated. African governments were destabilized. And the idea of a powerful, independent Africa was buried under decades of division. Even the black body itself was feared. Enslaved Africans were described as physically superior but intellectually inferior, a dangerous combination in the eyes of those who wanted to control them. This led to false science that justified slavery, segregation, and even modern racial profiling. The fear of black strength turned into policies designed to suppress black potential. Africa holds some of the world's most valuable resources: gold, diamonds, oil, and rare minerals. The idea of Africa controlling its own wealth was seen as a global economic threat. This is why African economies were destabilized through debt, puppet governments, and unfair trade deals. The real fear was not just black people, but black people in control of their own destiny. So, now that you know the truth, what will you do with it? Africa is still rising, but we must reclaim our narrative. It's time to challenge the stereotypes, rewrite history, and take back our power. If you found this eye-opening, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to AfriFacts. Let's educate, empower, and change the narrative together.